Hello, hello, hello again. It is Bring the Hail. I got my camera back working. I don't know what happened. Not gonna think about it too much. Sometimes we got camera, sometimes we don't got camera. You may be saying, this don't look like a horror game. It's not a horror game. It's a dating simulator. And I warned you, I love dating simulators, especially weird ones. And this is in space. This is the Love at the Milky Way Diner demo. As of this moment, actually today, I believe it was. Let me double check that for you. Um, yeah, actually yesterday, the Love at the Milky Way Diner actually went into early access. So you get Chapter 1 along with the Steam Key. Chapters 2 and 3 will be released as free updates in spring and summer of next year. Um, Chapter 1 includes 80,000 words of dialogue, not including the first demo day. There's like recipes and stuff. So definitely check out the early access, and unless you want to play the demo, which we will be playing today, tonight, whatever. So the story goes 200 years after first contact, humanity is still trying to find their place in a galaxy full of far more advanced and established species. One such human, our protag, me, has recently been laid off from their corporate job on Mars. When news reaches them, their distant aunt Cassiopeia has passed away suddenly, and she would like one of her relatives to take over her restaurant on the distant deep space station Hesperides. The protagonist decides to take a leap of faith. They may have never left their home star system of Helios, but surely there must be something. Or maybe someone, hint hint, nudge nudge, wink wink, better out there waiting for them. When they reach the station, they find themselves welcomed by a vibrant, multi-species community of eccentric individuals who are only too happy to welcome the new owner of their favorite place to eat. Love at the Milky Way Diner is a game about cultural exchange through food, building community, finding love in the process. And there are 8 different folks you can woo, which is great for us because I do. Oh no, my phone fell. I do so love wooing people in video games. I don't know what it is, even if it's a horror game. If there's a way to woo someone, I'm gonna do it. And I know maybe it's cheating, maybe it's not, but actually, let me go to the demo page because it will tell us who I'm allowed to woo within the demo. Let's go to that. Come on, baby. Whoop, I scrolled down too fast. No, it still says 8 singles, so let me go back to it. So, like, y'all will get, you guys can pick favorites, but I pick mine ahead of time so I can, like, hone in on them. There's Shiwu, who is 29 years old, stern and stoic insomniac. Hey, man. Cal, she, her, cargo runner. Sedith, he, him, a researcher. Saria, she, her, doctor. She is pretty. Laro, he, him, bar owner. Redar, he, him, farmer. He's kind of cute. Roswell, they, she, technical mechanic. And Vega, she, her, unemployed. um, the they do contain names and words that are kind of completely made up, so I will stumble a few times. However, Redar, between Redar and Laro, they are very beautiful. Saria is pretty. I don't often woo women in my games. I usually make my guy, and then I make him make out with men. But we will get into this and start it up. I mean, it'll be fun. Cooking is human connection, so that's a very psychological view of things. The guy you just saw at the beginning, his name, that was Roswell. A fun-loving, friendly, and eccentric, or their name, I'm so sorry. An eccentric robotics prodigy turned mechanic. They are 24 years old and a technical mechanic. So, I'm gonna do my usual thing. Michael. Oh no, I didn't mean to skip. Stop skipping things. Yeah, stop skipping things. I don't know. Star. Um, do I not to get to see what I look like? Whatever. Galactic date 0102. Okay. I rub my eyes. I'm still feeling groggy and stiff from my time in the transport ship stasis pods. Oh yeah, just check up in stasis pod. I stare out of the ship's many windows and into the emptiness of deep space. Cool. I'm sitting in the... Did I move my phone? I'm sitting in the observation lounge of Argo 24. Your best choice for intrasystem travel, leaving the Helio system with prices that won't break the bank. So Spirit? Airfare? There are far more glamorous methods of space travel, 5-star cruising ships with luxurious rooms and great meals, where you can spend the long trip between star systems in leisure and comfort. But comfort costs credits, and I'm pretty short on those. Hey man, me too. I feel it. So it's budget travel and stasis pods for me, and the Argo space fleet is known for being especially no frills. The ship dips, and my destination comes into view. So this is basically Space Stardew Valley, except no farming. The deep space station Hesperides, my new home. It's a sleek Aurelian design, with habitat and docking rings orbiting around the station's main superstructure. Spacecraft zip in and out around the station like bees circling a hive. Are we human? Do we know what a bee is? Unfamiliar alien designs and unexpected shapes. Thankfully, I was able to utilize an onboard sonic shower and freshen up before making my way here. Making my way downtown, walking fast. My stomach rumbles, and I pull out the complimentary juice box and small biscuits that were left by my pod for me to find when I wake up. Spirit Airlines! Is that being mean? I tear open the package and nibble on the slightly sweet and crumbly digestive. The biscuits oh, it's a cracker, for us Americans. That's just a cracker, I think. Because cookies... Something that... No, is this a cookie? I don't know. I'm gonna roll with it. The biscuit's plain and the strawberry juice box is warm, but it's my body's first solid food in 2 weeks, and it's a relief to my empty stomach. Man, I need a burger after all that. I watch as one of the smaller ships heads towards a spot in the space marked by blinking buoys. There's a flash as the ship speeds past them and into the wormhole, disappearing from sight. There are 4 other spots like this in the area around the Hesperides. Stable wormholes, each leading to a different place light years away from here. Attention all passengers, we are now beginning docking procedures for Deep Space Station Hesperides. Please make sure to bring all your belongings with you as you disembark. On behalf of the captain and all our crew, we thank you for choosing Argo Space Transport. Oh, is this like Pony Transport from Mouthwashing? I need to play that too. And disembark from the Argo 24 into a massive arrivals hangar. I immediately met with a shift in artigraph. The difference between the calibration of the transport ship and the station is slight, but there's just a bit more balance. All around me are ships of all sizes, shapes and sizes across the galaxy, from large passenger cruisers and cargo freighters to small personal crafts and aliens. I've never seen so many different species all in one place, hustling between ships trying to make connections, lining up to collect their bags, and moving cargo around. Taking a drink. It's drink time. Yeah. A dizzying flurry of fur and scales and tentacles and tails. It's so much to take in. The Helio system doesn't really get that much interstellar tourism, so seeing other species is a rarity. But this is the Hesperides space station, gateway to the Thetis sector and the fringe colonies therein. In this part of the galaxy, humans are the minority. Attention! This is the final boarding call for flight XJ6B6 with service to Kashroth 4. All passengers should now be on board at gate C32. Out of the way! A voice from behind me calls, and before I can react, I'm shoved hard to one side. I'm thrown off by balance by the impact, and I tumble forward, hitting the ground hard. My travel bags slide a few feet away from me on the metal floor. I look up just in time to see a Sketterian with a large backpack run and shove their way through the crowd. Hey, watch where you're going! Growls another voice as I hear footfalls jog towards me. The owner of the voice stops in front of me and crouches down to meet my eyes.
Are you okay?
Oh, we got voice acting. Hello. I don't think I saw that image. Yeah, there we are. KL. She says with concern in her deep voice. She's an alien, a Kayatri. She has a worried look in her golden eyes. Pulling up next to her is a hover cart piled high with boxes. You're not hurt, are you? Are those your only lines, or is that something else? Come on. I'm okay. I might have a bruise or two, though. I say sheepishly as I rub my right elbow, which bore the brunt of the impact.
Here.
Let me help you stand. She extends her large, clawed hand towards me, and I take it. She pulls me up with ease. I can't help but be slightly startled by her shriek. I'm not. That girl got more shoes 4 days. She can lift me anytime. Thanks. I say and crane my neck to look behind her, trying to spot my errant bags. Following my gaze, she turns around. Oh, don't mention it. She says brightly as she reaches down and grabs me 2 bags, throwing them both over one of her shoulders with ease.
By the way.
Hi, Kyle. She flashes me a toothy smile. Her teeth, her fangs. I'd seen Kayatri in vids before, or from a distance a couple of times on Mars, but this is my first time really meeting a member of their species up close like this. She's absolutely beautiful, guys. She's kind of beautiful, I catch myself thinking. Beautiful and strong. There's something about her that isn't totally unlike the lionesses I've seen in vids of old earthen species. I take it back. Why can't I woo just everybody all at once? Do any of them get jealous? We're not having that. Big old polycule. There is something about her that isn't totally unlike the lionesses I've seen in vids of old earthen species. KL moves in the same powerful, confident, and graceful way they did. Her ears are decorated with gold and sparkling gems. They clink softly as her ears move, trying to catch different sounds in the hangar. She has eyes that shine as brightly as the jewelry that adorns her. We have caught feelings so hard and so fast. They are warm and kind, and the color of liquid amber. I mean, clearly we're all for it. Not to mention her bright blue hair. It looks so fluffy and soft. I love it. I got done my hair. On top of it, to top it off, I think is what they're going for. She's friendly and kind, rushing over to make sure a random stranger, an alien like me, was okay. What's wrong? Cat shit? Cut your tongue? No, I just spaced out, that's all. I flushed slightly. Did she notice me staring? I hope not. I'm Michael. Well, Michael, let's get you to where you gotta go. Do you have a connection to catch? Oh, no connection. This is me. I'm actually moving on the station. Really? Well, in that case, I'll bring you to the arrivals. I'm headed there myself. Follow me. She smiles an easy smile and nudges the parked hover cart next to her tail. It wears to life and follows her as she starts to walk, my bag still slung over her shoulder. Clearly, she has no intention of letting me carry them myself. Alright, girl. I decide I'm just gonna roll with it for now. I still feel pretty rough from my time in stasis. I'm not about to protest. I dust myself off and start to follow her through the crowd. So, Michael, you're moving on to the Hesperides. What brings you to this side of the galaxy, if you don't mind me asking, that is? We get a lot of folks passing through, as you might have noticed, but it's not every day someone decides to make an extended stay here. I guess you could say... Do I get a choice? Oh! I'm making a career change. I'm taking over my late aunt's diner.
Really?
The Milky Way Diner? Yeah, how'd you know? The Milky Way Diner is a Hesperides station staple. I'd heard it was closing after your aunt passed. It's good to hear someone's keeping that place up and running. It's an important spot for the community here, and when you're this far away from home, community is everything. You're totally right. That's a lot to live up to. I had no idea it was so popular.
Hmm.
You and your aunt were close? Then, quickly, as if catching herself, she says, "Sorry, I don't mean to pry, but don't have to share if you don't want to." No, it's okay. We weren't. Not really, anyways. Only met her a couple times in my life when she came to visit family in the Helios system. She had her own thing going here. Her life out in the deep space, the diner. My parents never really had the creds to take us out of the system to visit. About a month ago, we got word she had a stroke and passed away. Then we got the will, and it said she would like one of her family members to take over if possible. She didn't have any kids of her own, so here I am.
Wow.
So you just dropped everything to come out here? Look. Look. That's pretty bold for someone who's never left their home star system. I'm impressed. Not much to drop when the company you'd been working for goes bankrupt and you're out of a job. A fresh start sounded pretty good after that. It's true. No job, no love life. My friends from college and I had drifted apart. The only issue I have with dating games is how much they, and I know it's part of the dating game, but just how much they are like, oh no, love life. How could I ever choose? Like, part of the fun of a dating game is like, I don't know what I'm trying to say here. It's just, on one hand, I love the dating portion, but then it's just like it tries to over encompass everything, and I'm like, no, no, stop. Let me just date as I please. Sure, my family was there, but they all had their own stuff going on. There really wasn't much of anything holding me back. Buying a one-way discount ticket to the gateway to the Theta sector and running a diner with no experience seems like a much better option than just continuing to aimlessly drift around home.
Yeah.
I get that. Sometimes change is good. KL reaches over and gives me a gentle and reassuring pat on the back.
Mm-hmm.
You got this. I'm sure the Milky Way Diner is in good hands. Thank you. There's a warm and reassuring look in her eyes. She's so easy to talk to. I'm thankful to have met someone as kind as KL as soon as I arrived. And what about you? You said we get a lot of folks passing through, so I guess it's safe to assume you live on the station?
Sort of.
I'm a cargo runner, so I'd sooner say I live on my ship than here. The Hesperides is kind of like a home base for me, though. Got a good steady list of clients here, not too far of a trip to Renan, and the people here are nice. What kind of cargo do you run?
Well,
That depends. On? KL's amber eyes narrow and her ears twitch slightly. I've made a mistake. You're not a Gabby ancient, are you? KL said with a conspiratorial edge to her voice. Girlie pop, my lips are sealed. You smuggling the goods? The video games? The illegal DVDs? I don't know that man, officer. The Galactic Alliance Bureau of Investigation. No. There's an obvious uneasy tone in my voice. I'm just messing with you, she says with a laugh. I transport the usual stuff: tech, food, alcohol, medicine, fun stuff like that. I do supply runs for a couple of on-station merchants. You can place an order with me if you need some ingredients they can't grow on the agricultural deck. I have a great whiskerfish supplier back on Renan. Also, she leans in a bit closer and says, just a bit quieter,
I have connections in just about every sector of this galaxy. Whatever it is you might need, I can find it. For the right price, of course.
more voice
For
lines.
the right person.
Hey, so cool, KL says with a wink and an undeniably flirty tone in her voice. Oh, we're getting there, guys. Am I being hit on character right now? KL isn't exactly being subtle. I'm not necessarily surprised she'd be interested in a member of a different sapient species. After all, interspecies couplings aren't unheard of. People from different star systems have been living side by side for. That's what I'm kind of talking about. Is just that when someone makes a move and they're like, oh, wow, do they know what they're doing? I guess they should because this is big. And it's like, dude, they made a move on you. They didn't make like a presidential campaign to go to war. Like, pump the brakes and just accept the flirtation. Anyway, it gets me irked. There was even a Martian drama series a few years back about a Nehru and a human. I'm surprised she's interested in me. I'm farting back. Frick you. Oh, and how would someone like me, for example, go about becoming the right person? You could start by letting me buy you a drink. Maybe, who knows? I might just decide I like you. Heck yeah. Decide you like me? So you haven't decided yet? I'm hurt. I say with mock offense, putting my hand over my heart. KL lets out a chuckle. Maybe I just want to make sure I was right to have a good feeling about you. Then I'll have to take you up on that offer, won't I? Maybe I'll even cook you something on the house to really win you over. Can Katri eat pancakes? I feel like pancakes are diner food. And easy to make, I think to myself. We can. I've had them before, and I've enjoyed them. I like sweet things. No wonder you had a good feeling about me then. KL's ears prick up a bit in surprise. For a moment, I think I might have caught her off guard. But she quickly recovers with a devilish smile. Because you're sweet. You said it, not me. KL chuckles and leans down slightly so she's closer to my ear when she says, oh, my cheeks are blushing. Oh, girl. Oh, girl. Oh, girl. KL literally purrs when she says the word sugar. I feel a tingle run up my spine and my face flush deeply. Oh, she's good, I think to myself. She leans away from me with a knowing smile. I'll give you a chance to get your space legs before I rush you to the nearest bar. I'll be in port for a couple more days. I'll catch you once you're settled. We stopped walking, getting into the short line, leading to a kiosk manned by a human in a green uniform. Here we are, she says, putting down my bags. Give me your palm pad. I'll add my contact info. That way you can place an order with me if you ever need anything for the diner. And let me know when you're free for that drink, of course. If we're in the same system, we could chat in real time. Ooh! Otherwise, you can shoot me a text or voice message, and I'll get back to you once it reaches me. I know how interstellar communications work, you know. I feel like that's also... Sorry. I feel like that's also part and parcel of tutorial things, where one character's like explain all it, and the other's like, you know, I'm like in my 30s, and I know how the simplest of functions can operate. And it's like, yeah, but the player done. I say with a laugh, handing her my palm pad. This may be my first time out of the system, but I'm not totally clueless. I know, just a reminder. She says as she types in her contact details. She hands my palm pad back to me. I notice we made to the front of the line now. I've got to get all the stuff where it needs to go, so I'll head in first. See you around, KL. Ooh. She puts her large hand on my shoulder as she passes by me and walks up to the kiosk, her hover cart following behind her. Officer Shiwu Morency, what's the head of security doing checking arrivals? Hey man, how's it going? From where I stand now, I can get a better look at the human man behind the kiosk. Officer Morency is KL, I called him. He has wavy chocolate brown hair that curls around the nape of his neck and a stern expression on his face. Husband number 1. Wife number 1. He's not too tall, with an athlete's build. I can't help but notice the prominent dark bags under his dark eyes, and he looks like he hasn't had good night's sleep in ages. Ooh, that's a good voice. Officer Eshket called in sick today, so I'm taking over his duties for now. Can I please get your name and purpose for your visit to the station? His voice is deep and soft with a stern edge. Really, Shiwu? We gotta do this whole song and dance every time. It's not like you don't know my name and call sign by now. I know your name, KL, but regulations are regulations, and there are questions I need to ask every person who goes through arrivals. Now, can I please get your name and purpose for your visit to the Hesperides station? My man, this sounds a little exhausted. I sound a little... Just because it's... I yawn. I yawn more easily. It's not the game. I am having a great time. I'm just very CPDP, but I want to play, I want to have fun, and I want to date every single person on the Hesperides station. KL's tail twitches slightly in irritation, and she rolls her eyes. Cargo delivery for Ashketh General Haley Roswell and Wayfarer's Rest. Shipping manifest will be under call sign Starblazer. Officer Morency types away quickly at the hall screen in front of him, giving the manifest a quick read. Thank you. Looks like everything is in order. He looks up from the screen and at Kale. That all weapons are left on the ship. She flips open the flaps on her holsters of the flourish, revealing the empty pockets. I know, it's not like this is my first time here. I'm only reminding you because you forgot last time. Because I was in a hurry. I had a shipment of roe that needed to get back into temperature control. It was losing freshness by the second. They're going back and forth like this, but KL doesn't sound angry. Just mildly annoyed at the bureaucracy of it all. KL seems to be the type that chafes up against rules or regulations, and Officer Morency doesn't seem the type to loosen protocol for anyone. Arms out, just gonna give you a quick scan, then you're free to go. Ooh. They're cute! I want one. A pair of spherical float droids deploy from behind the kiosk and float on either side of KL and our hover cart. Scanning, please hold still. The two droids emit green. Scanning means to float around KL, scanning her inner cargo. By the way, you look more exhausted than usual today. Are you holding up alright? Now it's Officer Morency's turn to roll his eyes. He sighs a bit and rubs the back of his neck. I appreciate your continued concern about my well-being, but really, I'm fine. It's nothing new. Still, you should check in with Saria. I did a couple of days ago, but like I just said, I'm fine. Aw. Officer Morency's face softens as he speaks. The droids finish their scan and the green lights turn off. No forbidden articles or pathogens detected. KL Vashruna, you are free to proceed into the station. Please enjoy your stay. I brought you some new herbal tea from Anon. I'll leave it in your mail locker. Thanks, KL. I'll be sure to try before bed tonight. You better. Let me know how it goes. With that, KL gives her card a nudge as she walks to the station. But not before looking over her shoulder at me and giving me a smile and a wave. See ya, sugar. And with that, she disappears around the corner. I grab my bags and lug them over to the kiosk where Officer Morency stands. Can I please get your name and purpose for your visit to the station? Officer Morency says, meeting my eyes over his holoscreen. Michael Starr moved to the Hesperides to take over the management of the Milky Way Diner. Officer Morency raises his thick eyebrows and the corners of his mouth lift slightly into a small smile. Ah yes, we've been expecting you. I'm Officer... Oh. Thank you. Can I please get you to confirm that these details are correct? I also need your travel documents. He hands me the hall screen. Let me see. I scan my palm pad on the hall screen before handing it back to Officer Morency, who gives a quick once-over. Oh, I thought I was gonna build my character. And that looks good. This is a GA Category 3 station, so Class 4 and above weapons are strictly prohibited on the Hesperides. If you are carrying any energy blasters, phasers, electropulse emitters, or laser swords, please leave them with me. That's my laser sword. I inherited that from my grandpappy. Hey, wait. Does that mean canonically Jedi, swords exist in the universe? We will store them in a secure location till such time as you leave the station. Good thing I left my laser sword at home. Officer Morris's eyes narrow, clearly unamused. I assume you're kidding around. You got me. How could you tell? Moi? Okay, that's fair. I go for a taser. He says matter-of-factly, geez, this guy does not have a sense of humor. Clears his throat a bit. I'll go ahead and update your access file so you can use your palm pad to access the Milky Way Diner as well as your quarters. If you'd like, I can have someone from the agriculture deck drop some ingredients off at the diner for you. Oh yeah, that would be great. I'd like to take the kitchen for a spin. Let's see what else. You'll be in room 3 of living in block B. Bathroom with water and sound showers, a tub, and a kitchenette. Sheets and pillows are provided, and the room has been prepped for your arrival. A common space with the living area large. Your neighbors are already told you. Man, you guys have like a lot. Also, as like the only chef possibly to this diner, want to be very tired and won't want to cook at night? Come on now. Please make sure to introduce yourself when you get the chance, as you will be sharing the space with them. I'd heard about similar setups in other stations and space colonies. Life in space can be isolating, so dwellings and neighborhoods are often planned with an emphasis on community building. Noted. Do you like living here? I've never lived off-world, so I'm not super familiar with station life.
Yes.
I do, and I'm sure you will too. Sharing space with your neighbors and living alongside different species can take some getting used to if you're not accustomed to it. But you'll get settled soon, so try not to worry too much. That's reassuring to hear. This is all so new to me. It's not the biggest station. Functionally, it's kind of like living in a small town. There's the good and the bad that comes with that. For example, once news got out that the Milky Way Diner wasn't actually closing down and Cassie's family member was coming from Helios to take it over, well, let's just say you've been the talk of the town. Small town gossip is a thing even at the gateway to the Theta sector, huh?
Seems so.
Pretty much, sorry to say. Officer Morrissey says with a shrug of his broad shoulders. On the bright side, you're the human that's bringing back a beloved station eatery. That does feel good. That does feel real good, man. Oh. So I'm sure you'll receive a warm welcome as a result. KL mentioned the diner was really popular. Whoa. I'm hit by a sudden wave of vertigo. It's like the ground under my feet has given way. I feel my eyes roll into the back of my head and I crumple. I'm fully expecting to hit the ground for the second time in less than an hour, but the impact doesn't come.
That was close.
We bridle in this man's arm. Oh! I hear Officer Morency's voice, softer and closer now than it was before. My eyes flutter open and I realize why I'm not currently concussed. He caught me. Officer Morency's face is only a handful of inches away from mine. This close up, I'm struck by just how handsome he is. He got a little blush on them cheeks. His hair falls in his eyes, and his thick brows are knit in concern. A slight frown on his soft-looking lips. One of his hands supports the head, the other is wrapped around the small of my back. He must have vaulted over the kiosk and caught me just before I hit the ground. My man. Oh, my man. How do you do it? How do you do it? My head is spinning, my eyes going in and out of focus. I don't dare try and stand on my own. Easy there. Looks like there's still some sedatives in your system from the stasis pods. Oh. Officer Morency says gently. We look into each other's eyes for a few moments. I find myself increasingly aware of the feeling of his hands under my back and head, supporting my weight with ease. Is it just me, or do the dark circles under his eyes somehow make him even more handsome? I think to myself. You're down bad, myself. You need to, cut it out. Ha! Does anyone remember Full House? Remember Joey? What is this loading? Oh. Recipes. Messages. KL? Aw. Wait, no. Horoscope, day 1. Today is a great day to explore new places and greet new faces. Album. Oh, okay. I notice a dusting of pink start to cover his cheeks as he averts his eyes from mine.
Think you can stay?
No. I come back to reality, suddenly finding myself a bit self-conscious. No, I have to stay here, in your arms, forever. That is how this works. Oh, yeah, I think so. Thanks for catching me.
All a part of the job.
Yeah, I know. Officer Morency helps me stand, supporting me as I try putting weight on my wobbly legs. Thankfully, I feel the vertigo waning. Ugh, I feel awful, I say as he lets me stay on my own once again. I get my bearings and he walks back to his post behind the security kiosk. If it's any consolation, you're not the first person to faint from cheap stasis sedatives. Still, you should head straight to the med bay once you've been scanned and cleared. Dr. Sario will take a look at you, and she can give you something to help as drugs leave your system. That sounds like a good idea. I'll do that. Alright, arms out. Officer Morrissey says as the two float droids deploy. Ah, the babies! I comply and they take a couple moments to complete their scan. No forbidden articles or pathogens detected. Michael Starr, you are free to proceed into the station. Please enjoy your stay. I start to pick up my heavy bags. You can just leave those here. I'll get a delivery bot to take your bags to your room. Just focus on getting to the med bay. It's on level 5. He types a series of commands into his screen, and a rectangular bot comes speeding around the corner and skids to a stop in front of me. With a series of cheerful sounding beeps, it splits from the vertical seam down its middle, a compartment filling the gap between its two halves. As I place my bags into the compartment, I notice a small velvet cylinder perched on top of the front half of the bot. Is it wearing a bellhop hat? Beep boop boop beep. Let me see the bot, chirps the bot. I know better than to anthropomorphize simple AIs like this, but I can't help but think it sounds happy. That's certainly not regulation. I'll have to talk to Roswell about this. Let me see the baby. Officer Morrissey mutters under his breath. Now loaded with its cargo, the delivery bot closes the compartment and speeds away as fast as it can. That's not fair. I want to see it. Thanks, Officer Morrissey. I guess I'll see you around then. Officer Morrissey gives me a full, bright smile.
Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you. I will. You as well, I say, returning his smile as I head into the station proper. From behind me, I can hear Officer Morrissey call the next person in line and start to spill over again once more. So, before we can start all that, I was save. And this is clearly going to take some time. I think you get to meet everyone. It doesn't say, like, specifically how long the demo itself takes. But clearly this is going to take a while, which I wanted to because I thought it looked so fun. And I know I've been yawning and I'm so sorry, but I'm sleepy and it's late. It does have, like, the VRs, so that's kind of cool. And there's, like, things on here that we haven't even seen, so this is gonna take some time. But, like I said, they are currently in early access, which is great, awesome. I love that for them. So I'm gonna actually link the early access link and not the demo link because that way you guys can, buy the early access and get in here and experience all this fun for yourself. But if you want to see more, I'll be playing it some more. Just keep an eye out for me, and we'll see you guys another day. Good night.